Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to show you guys a hooded eye look. I have heard the requests come in the comments. Keep them coming, by the way, that was great. That you guys want to see a hooded eye look for those of you who have hooded eyes, or maybe you want to do makeup on somebody who has hooded eyes. So I am here to deliver upon your request. I just recorded this look here and I thought it was really simple, quick, you know, a really nice look that can be pretty versatile in the sense that depending on the shades that you pick, it could either be your everyday look for work, or if you go in a little bit deeper or use a little bit more shimmery shades, then you can wear it out for a night on the town, whatever you'd like. So, you know, I hope you really enjoy this video, and, you know, like I said before, definitely, if there's anything else that you would like to see or would like to explore, please put it in the comments or send me a DM. I am happy to chat and explore that with you further. So without further ado, let's hit it. Okay, so first for hooded eyes, keep in mind a few things that it's basically that your crease is up, basically lower, leaving you with a bit of a smaller lid space. So I can understand that sometimes you may have, when you do your eyes, it kind of looks a little bit all over the place because of the positioning. A few tricks for that. It's all about creating illusions for the way you apply the eyeshadow, so that the way that you apply, it's lifting upward. So when you are putting color on, you should try to more so, instead of going straight like this or even down, like two down, it's more of like upward. Another thing to keep in mind for hooded eyes is try to stay away from too much shimmer or any colors that will basically highlight the crease in the area where there's very minimal lid space. When applying eyeshadow, always we want to remember that the inner corner area should always remain very light. Don't put any dark colors in there because it's going to make your eyes seem smaller, and that's not the look we're going for. We want, you know, big, uplifting, bright eyes. So always keep this area away from the dark colors that you apply. We're gonna jump right in, and I'm gonna show you how I created this look for hooded eyes. I think this is one of the easier looks that I felt would be a good place to start. The cool thing is that when it comes to this, the brighter side of the eye look, I guess you could say, you can either change this out for either a matte lighter color or a really bright shimmery color. So if you're going out, you could put that shimmery and that glitter and be good to go. As always, if anybody has questions or anything, put it in the comments. We love to engage here because we like to learn and hear all about the adventure you're going through too. Because guess what? We probably are all going through the same obstacles, so why not work through them together? For this look, I'm gonna be using the Tartelette Toasted palette. I actually got this because of the 21 Days of Beauty with Ulta. So yeah, you always want to start by priming your lid. I'm gonna go in with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. You just wanna pick up a little bit of, you could use your finger, you could use like a concealer brush, whatever floats your boat, works. And you're just gonna go into your eye and just blend it in. You wanna be careful that you don't overdo it, because then it's just gonna come out really cakey and it's gonna make it harder to blend things out. But you also don't wanna go too thin so it doesn't do its job. So it's finding a happy medium. You know, it's hard to say what works for me may not work for somebody else, and vice versa. So our lid is primed. All right, first things first, a little brushology, I guess, or I'm gonna call it that. The first brush we're gonna go in with is the Morphe 441. And this is a very fluffy brush. As you can see, it kind of flares out. When you brush it, it literally just spreads out. That means that this brush is going to really move color around and blend it out more. This is a blending brush technically, okay? So when applying eyeshadow, you always wanna think of it as use the fluffiest brush for the beginning to start and get into the area that you're gonna use your transition color with. And your transition color is basically more of like a color that you're gonna use to help the other colors that you're going to use in the look come together, so that when you're blending, it makes it a little bit easier in the transition of colors to really, blend it and give that gradient seamless look, okay? So first we're gonna go in with the Morphe blending brush, okay? And we're gonna start, this is a really, really pretty palette. I just put my nail in it. Haven't even had it a full 24 hours and I've already jacked it up. This is what the palette looks like. It's a really nice variety of warm and toasted tones. I mean, it is called the Toasted Tartelette palette, so guess they did good on that one, right? To start off, I'm gonna go in with Warmth, which is that one right here. And I'm just gonna put my brush in there, tap it off, make sure that we don't want to pick up too much color too quickly, because then it's going to come out patchy and it's going to be harder to blend. We always want to build up, start light and build it up by picking up more. We're in no rush here, right? I usually like to grab a mini mirror. In this case, it'll be the palette, and just kind of position it at a little bit lower than my chin, so that I'm looking down into it, so that I can actually, have my eyes a little bit closed so that I can see what I'm doing instead of putting on eyeshadow with my eyes open. For hooded eyes, we want, since this area is once you open your eyes, your lid basically disappears, we want to make sure that when we go in, we're starting our look not right at the crease, so above the crease. So most eye looks will say, okay, blend this color into the crease. And that's right here where that line is. Let me grab another brush that's not gonna cover my entire eyeball as I'm trying to show you where it goes, right? Okay, so that the crease is this area, literally that crease that forms when you open your eyes. So typically you'd put the starting transition color right in there, right? So for hooded eyes, however, we're gonna go up, we're gonna put our first transition color right above the crease, so up here. And you wanna make sure that you don't go too high so that it's all the way up in your eyebrows and then it looks a little funny. You wanna make sure that you're just right above it, okay? So we're gonna go in with that first color, Warmth, and we're just gonna go ahead and gently start at the outer corner and work our way in with a mixture of windshield wiper motion and a little bit of circular motion, just to put that color in there. And the key with this is really being patient and practicing. It's all about learning how to work with your eye shape. Just because you have hooded eyes, don't feel like eye makeup's gonna be any more difficult for you, because everybody's gotta learn to, it's an art, right? There aren't any rules, but you play with what you got and you learn how to apply makeup to what works best for you. And as far as hooded eyes, you just like any person who has almond shaped eyes, they gotta learn where to position their makeup according to their shape. Once you keep practicing it and you learn it, you're gonna be good. It's all about practice, stay positive, keep going, don't stop, you got it. Back to this, sorry, I got on my little tangent there. So I haven't even picked up any more color yet, and you can already see how blended out, and you can kind of see I have now kind of created my own crease right there. And it makes my eyelid space look much, much bigger from where it would have been if I just put it right in the crease, okay? I'm gonna pick up a little bit more color because I definitely wanna make this color up here a little bit more deeper personally, but you know, again, do what works best for you. If you feel that that tone and that hue works for you, because you're not really going for anything dramatic or glam, too glam, I should say. Everything's always glam. There's just glam levels, okay? So if you wanna say glam phase 1, then 1 coat. We're gonna kick it up a little bit more. Now we've got our first color in there, but you can kind of see how now it looks like I have all this lip space to play with. Cool, let's move on. Next, I am going in with a brush that I don't have right here. 1 second. For the next color we're gonna be going in with, we're gonna be basically creating a V, outer V right here. And this color is gonna be a little bit darker. For this look, it's gonna be our darkest shade, okay? And you're just literally putting it in this V area. So like, it'll go in a little bit into right under your brow bone, okay? As far as the brushes for this part, I like to go in with a brush that's less fluffy than the first one. Still a little bit fluffy and still technically a blending brush, but not as big and fluffy as the first one, okay? I'm gonna go in, actually, because I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that comes in any of her palettes. I just like it, no rhyme or reason, just felt like it. Feeling it. And we're gonna go in with Fireside, so that's that top color right here, a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna pick some up on my brush, tap, tap. And we're gonna go in lightly, softly, and putting the color right in to that area. Slowly building it up. Remember, it's not a race. It's not a race. So take your time and just keep picking up to darken that shade in that area. I like to sometimes like just open up my eye, and I feel that like socket right there where my eyeball sits and the brow bone is, and like it makes it easier to kind of track where I'm going so that I don't go up too high. So that's like a nice little trip. I'll send y'all the invoice later. No, I'm just kidding. But you see how it helps just kind of stay in our lane here. Okay. You don't want to go too far in either. I'm gonna go in go really deep just because it's getting to be nighttime and who knows where we might end up. All right, that's that. Don't worry, I know it looks a little bit crazy, but trust me. So now I'm gonna go back in with the first brush that we went in with, the really fluffy one, with the warmth color, the very first color we put up there. And then I'm not picking up any color this time. I'm just literally starting from the inner corner to that way. I'm just going to blend these two shades together, just to blend them and have them come in a little bit more seamless and get rid of harsh lines. Remember, I did not pick up any additional color, but look at the difference. Look how soft it's blending out. Now let's look at these two colors together. So look at how like much of an illusion we have happening here, because I started that color way up higher, and had I put it right here in the crease, I would have not really had much place to put this darker color in. And look at all like the lid space that we're gonna have to work with on the bright side. Yes, go girl, go girl. Next and final shade we're gonna go in with is, I'm gonna do this one. So I'm gonna go in with S'more right here. Another alternative color that would be good for this area would be to go in with Candle, if you're gonna do a little bit nighttime look, or Sunrise right here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go in with Sunrise. Just, it's in the middle, it's kind of a happy medium. So we're gonna go in with that brush. It is the MAC 239. It is a flat brush. I kind of put it in the thing. It's a flat brush, so there isn't much fluffiness to it when you press it. It's, you know, it's more packed in, and so you're gonna be, it's gonna actually be able to put in that color right where you need it. Pretty pigmented, if you will. So now with our final color, we're gonna go start from the inner corner and just start putting that lighter shade right in the lid. Like outline it, meeting the top orangey part where we initially started with our first transition shade. Next, I'm gonna go back in with the first blending brush that we started with the warmth color right up here. Helped us create our crease, quote unquote. I'm not picking up any color again. I'm just using this color to help blend out all of these colors seamlessly. So we really get, and you wanna start out from the inner corner, blending out the whiter color, if you will, into the other colors. That way it doesn't muddy it up. Because if you start out here, you're just gonna get this darker color all the way in there and it's gonna look muddy. And we wanna prevent that. And again, going in very lightly, holding our brush at the corner, the end, rather. And that's that. I'm gonna go now and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look. I added some mascara, some lips, some foundation, and that is it. Now you can see I did not put any eyeliner on. I don't feel that I need eyeliner with this look. It's just a really quick, you know, let me just put some color in my eye, and I love eyeliner, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like I don't really need it. I've been wearing this look all week to work, and it stays, it's really, you know, versatile. Like one night we had to go for happy hours, so it's just, it was rocking with me all day long. I just added some mascara, and that's the finished look there. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed creating it for you guys. And again, I would love, love, love any more requests like this. I'm here to, you know, create content that's gonna excite you guys, that is helpful for you guys on the day-to-day. So, you know, hit me up. This was great, and I want to keep going. Now, before you leave, don't forget to what? Subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me at LuisianatheMUA on Instagram. See you later, guys.